Hey guys, my name's Gordon, intern at the DSC at UCI, and today we're going to be talking about visible and invisible disabilities. So visible disabilities are disabilities that you can see. So for instance, if a person is blind, you could see their cane or guide dog. If a person is deaf and they have hearing aids, you would be able to see the hearing aids. And if a person has a wheelchair, you could see the wheelchair. If a person has an invisible disability, these are disabilities that you can't see. So for instance, depression, bipolar disorder, schizophrenia, autism. There's a lot of visible and invisible disabilities, but these are just some examples. But I'm going to show 3 examples where being blind, like me, would actually, could sometimes fall in this gray area between being a visible and an invisible disability. So for instance, if I'm holding a cane, then and I'm walking around, people don't necessarily know that the cane means that I'm blind. For instance, there's a lot of different canes that blind people use, such as long white canes and folding canes, and I use a long white cane. But there's also different purposes for canes, such as support canes, and some people really just don't know about blind people in general, so they wouldn't even they don't have that association of blind people having canes. And so sometimes you have to tell people, like, I'm a blind person, even though I have the cane, because again, it's just not everyone doesn't know about the canes. And then the same would go for if I had a guide dog, that people wouldn't necessarily know that a guide dog means that you're blind. Sometimes you could be training the guide dog, or it could be an emotional support dog. There's different kinds of dogs for different kinds of disabilities. And then another example of between the visible and invisible disability would be when I'm in class and I put the cane underneath my seat, and then I just have my earphones in so that I'm listening to my computer. And so people wouldn't necessarily know that that means I'm a blind person either. And so if they call on me, then I wouldn't know that they're pointing at me. So if I want to address this before class, I might walk up to the professor and ask them to call on me by my name so that I will know that they're calling on me if I want to raise my hand. Or I could just wait before or after the lecture to ask them a question. And then the last example is when I'm in a Zoom call, then I might have to tell people that I'm blind, like the professor, the TA, or students, if I want to get help that might be related to me being blind. And this is again just because they wouldn't see my cane, and because again, another stereotype of blind people is that their eyes are going to look different, or they're going to be wearing sunglasses, but this isn't necessarily the case. Like, my eyes look normal. A lot of blind people have normal looking eyes. Some even have fake eyes, and they still look pretty normal. And so it really just shows that stereotypes and even just saying visible disability can sometimes be confusing, because this can lead people to make assumptions, and this might actually make it more difficult for people to get help and things like that. So hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. Don't forget to subscribe to the DSC YouTube channel, and I'll see you guys next time.